Hey guys, this is Infamous Ammo, and here we're going to look at a game called Recettear. As you can see, I was here adjusting my audio settings in hopes that I could get it right. Probably not. I've already played some of this game, quite a bit actually, not very good at it. To be frank, we're going to take a look at it. If I can get my buttons to work, that is. I'll shut up now.
まったく 起きなさい。おはよう。まったく。わかった。
Okay, so their speaking, I think, is right about over. I never noticed that the name of the store was just a combination of their names. I think it mentions it, but I'm kind of absent-minded. So to kind of give you a brief summary of this game, some stuff happened, and you're a little girl managing a shop that is set in kind of like an RPG setting. We are selling to adventurers and other people. What's interesting is that the way you stock your shop is, I mean, you buy and sell normally, like that's like any other store, but you can also, at some point or another, once you've started playing some, is to go with you and to your little fairy friend here into a dungeon with adventurers, or maybe just a single adventure, I'm not sure. I didn't go much into the game yet. And you go in there and you get loot, and you can sell that loot here in your store. Now, this game has gotten excellent reviews on Steam. If you go look at that, it's, if I remember correctly, overly positive or something. Something like that. It's I believe the highest rating you can get for a Steam game. But what I have played, it's really fun, but it is difficult. I think I've had to reset. Oops, I skipped through a lot of text there, but that's when you play this yourself. If you do, this may be more interesting to you, because this is more of a let's look at it together type thing. Anyhow, but yeah, like in this game, you are likely to fail several times before you actually get anywhere, really. They expect you to mess up. And as a result of that, there's kind of a continuing factor in that for when you're merchant level, when you started a game and then you lose several times, it'll stay the same. I don't believe you lose your merchant's level. Here we go. Here's the little I guess pause screen menu. That's what you call it. Now, let me see if I can. No, not there. Encyclopedia. Well, I started a new game, so I guess this confirms that once you do officially start a new game and don't just keep loading, that it will reset. Okay. So it's pixelated, run around, do what you're gonna do type thing. There's a tutorial here, and we'll see if I can do that. I wasn't paying attention to the text. Which, okay. Right. So, there's a town, and you run around and you look at these things. Oh. Okay. So it's the guild master will be coming here a lot. So it's making note of the fact it's a little girl in a shirt. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to read this time so I know what's going on. Okay. Here, while we're reading this, I'll funny story about shops. When I was like 9 or 10 or something, I don't remember the exact age. I was at a Target messing with the automatic doors. You know, the sliding ones, more specifically. And thought I was gonna be cool, and I stuck my arm through it, and I was going really fast. And something happened in doing that, to where the Target door closed on my arm and then got stuck, and it wouldn't open. And I couldn't get my arm out, so the Target employees had to shut the door off and manually open these sliding doors for me to remove my arm. And so, as a 9 or 10-year-old in the front of a Target with my arm stuck in the door, I easily felt the most embarrassed I ever have, and probably ever will, considering very few people manage to mess up with a automatic door. It is a skill that I have, apparently. Alright, spent too much. So, this game, what you're gonna do is you're gonna run around and... oh. You're gonna run around and you're gonna buy things, and you're gonna follow the idea of buy low, sell high. And it's important to manage this without... how to explain it? If you sell too low, or yeah, you sell too low in order to keep your customers happy, you're going to run into a situation where you don't have the ability to continue running your shop. And when you do, here, I'll show you. Let's see. Okay, so they're going to talk. Also, I don't think I'm going to continue anything with this, but should it be desired, if I do, I'd like to know whether or not to read these. I imagine you'd prefer just reading them yourself, but who knows. So when you buy stuff, you'll go and you'll place them on these slots you can see around these little red squares, I guess counters. The front window there is where you're gonna want to put your best stuff. It's supposed to draw people in, lets them see the best of the best in your shop, and then you put everything else that you have in the inner squares. It should also be noted, as you're playing this game, to make sure you have a diverse stock. You don't want to just put one thing in your shop, because otherwise people will come in wanting something and you won't have it. And I'm sure there's other parts to it. Like, I'm sure there are other things that are affected by that, but I'm not really sure about that. There's a lot in this game that I don't understand it entirely, but you'll notice that your currency is called Pix, I think is how you would pronounce that. I assume so. And you'll see there's a day counter there, and there's 4 little quadrants. It reads in a tutorial what that means at some point, but I don't know if I'm going to go all the way through this. This is just a quick look for you to get an idea. It's also honestly an experiment. This is my first YouTube video, so I'm going to see where it goes and see how I want to handle things from here forward, hopefully with the advice of those of you who may stumble upon this, which there's no guarantees on that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So see, I have one there in the storefront to people see, like a sample kind of. Let's go back to, I forgot to mention this. Okay. So you'll see over here on the left, there's a calendar, and you'll see a deadline there. This is also mentioned in the tutorial, but to explain it a bit further, what this works as is kind of, if you mess up, that's what resets you by itself, so that it functions as a way for you to lose, so that the game can reset, and you'll still have your merchant level, but you'll start again from there, or not from there, but before then, before you messed up and failed. Okay, so let's X out of that. So we have all these in here to sell, and we have, let's see, this bread. Okay. Okay, so now when you're ready to sell, you'll just walk right around here. Wait a minute. That's not right. Okay, so this carpet has either been placed in such a way that it has gone under this little doorway thing, this little bit here, or they've cut the carpet. I don't know. That's gonna bug me. Okay, I'm just gonna walk away. Anyway, so you go around back here and you go to this counter and you click on it, plop down in your seat and get ready to sell. Okay, tutorial. Okay, so now we're gonna sell an item. So how you're supposed to welcome them, that's all fluff. You don't actually have to do any welcoming, really. I don't know what's on display. Pay 4, demonstrate. Now, I've done research on it a little bit. So there's a certain... Okay. So, ideally, at first, it recommends that you want to make profit, and it says that. But at the start, you can kind of go a little bit lower than you might normally, in order, because it's important at first, when the deadline amount, like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But basically, it's better at the start like this to kind of build up relations with some of the townsfolk. And when you do that, they're going to be willing to pay better prices, or I guess more beneficial to yourself in terms of how much money you make, the more they like you. So it's important to sell at certain amounts. And what's interesting is that not all the town people are the same. What I mean is that certain townspeople will pay different amounts. So what I would do normally is you can do it, I think it was at 120%. They consider that, it'll say that's good, and it'll say very good, but preferably 108% should work just fine at the start to get your relations up, and then eventually when you believe that you are close enough to each of the townsfolk, you can start increasing your prices to make a profit. That generally works out pretty well, but you're still likely to fail several times in the process of getting going in this game. It's not easy unless you have a really good understanding of these types of games. I do not. In fact, I don't have a good understanding of any game, for that matter, or many things in general. But it's a lot of fun. It's challenging at times, depending on how good you are. Like I said, you're haggling. But yeah, it's a really fun game. It's easily one of the best, if not the best, shot management games I've played personally, which isn't that great considering that's consisted of random flash games and then this. I would definitely recommend, if you see it on sale, to pick it up if you have any interest in these kind of games. Now I'm going to show you what you shouldn't do ever at the start. So you can raise this however much you want, right? There's no... You can just... I've never tried this. I've never tried to just max it. Let's see. Let's see what she says. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And alright, see how she likes that price. 333% increase of the base price. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I imagine they might try to throw an item, possibly, or storm out. It seems possible. Okay, so instead of that, we're gonna. Okay. Oh. 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 Oh no. Okay. Well then. This is a good stopping place now that I've given you a brief summary. So I might just be incompetent, but no, that guy there goes. There it goes. Never mind, we're not done yet. I was having trouble getting it to not be ridiculously expensive. So 108. Okay, yeah. 108's pretty good. Okay. But yeah, ideally you want to hit their ideal mark in terms of price the very first attempt if you can. Especially at the start. And I don't think I'll get to it, but I'll kind of explain the adventuring system a little bit while we're here reading all these messages. So you get access to different adventures that you can do stuff with. But sometimes after you've done stuff with them, they'll come into your shop to buy equipment. What you want to do is to make sure you sell it at a lower price because they like you more, for one. And then also you want to make sure to sell them your good equipment so that they'll be well equipped. And next time you go adventuring so they can get better stuff for you. It's important to manage your adventures properly without, I guess, making yourself go broke, I suppose. That's a very crucial part of this game. And what did it just say? Okay. I think I might have accidentally clicked repeat. Okay. Come in here. Yeah. Okay. No steel sword. Okay. So 108% works pretty good. Yeah, everybody's happy. It's good stuff. I didn't make much profit on it, but it's something, and that's all you really need at the start. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now I don't know if this is based on exact amount or just the percent, so you may want to try optimizing that by finding the highest amount you can put in with it still being 108%. I'm not really sure how that works. Okay. You might wonder. So I've been watching that back window there. Trying to figure out if it's just like a repeat. I think so. I don't know. Okay, yeah. Yeah, but really cool game. I think I'm gonna cut it off here momentarily. I just wanted to kind of get a video for one to see how I want to handle these YouTube videos, and also to show you this game because it's really cool, and that's why I decided to use it as my first and as an example and kind of a test thing. It's a really fun game. If you're not sure about it because it has this kind of cutesy look, if you can get past that, it's, I mean, even if that's your thing, like it's just a fun game. I don't know, but wait a minute. Is it normal to wear a necklace like on your clothing? I always assumed you were supposed to put it around your neck itself and they would see it. Okay, well, either way, however that may work. I think we're gonna call it good here. Yeah, this will do. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Make sure if you're willing to leave comments. Want to figure out how to improve and where to go from here. Really, I hope that you progress. Sorry, I was looking at my mouse pad and I had noticed, like I'm kind of ditzy, and there was a word or something at the top right of it that I'd never seen before until just now when I was like looking at it. It's Archelon, I guess, with some what I assume to be Chinese symbols next to it. I don't know. But it distracted me. Anyways, yeah, thank you for watching again. I already said that. But check the game out and make sure to leave a comment as to how I might improve. Yeah, well, see ya.